And welcome to the week roundup. We're up to Division 2 and I'm with Tommy Lippo Lipson. How are you, Tommy?
Good, thanks, Dars. Good to be here.
Now, can you remember many years ago when you played juniors out at Port District? You used to abuse this umpire, used to run around on a Sunday?
I remember him.
Red-headed bloke. That's the one. Yeah, just thought just thought I'd remember that and to bring it to your attention. So, many years ago now. So
he was good.
But
good sport.
Go on the first game, mate. If there's anyone that's stiffer on the whole weekend, it's got to be this game here with Foss Camden.
Yeah, that's crazy. Foss Camden going down by 1 point to Pembroke. Pembroke 16-7, 103 to 15-12, 102. So
the kicking for Foss Camden, but Pembroke were struggling, and certainly Foss Camden were on fire. They're ready to go back to Division 1 as they should. But the 1 point, what a high-scoring game! You look at 16 goals and 15 goals in a game, plus the points. I think it's pretty stiff Foss Camden, but well done to Pembroke because they were sitting probably way out of the 5. They're just out of the 5 now as it is. So, but Foss Camden were top there with Henley. So, yeah, we go to Foss Camden. Pembroke.
Yeah, Pembroke goal kickers. We've got Mason with 7. Really good game by him. Evans with 4. James Allen, who's player coach, I guess. Walk, Rollins, Davey and Connors with singles. Mason best on ground with a big bag 7. Canny, Walk, Jarvis and Bentley in the best.
It's good to see Mason kicking 7 because Evans obviously been their dominant full forward, just kicking the forward. So it's good to see that there is somebody else stepping in, which is good. So, and Foss Camden, just the 1 point loss was Underwood with 4, Hill with 3, Williams with 2, and O'Grady with 2. With individuals to 4 other players there with Jacker. Best on ground for Foss with Hill, Cross, Soper and Young. So great game, well done to Pembroke. They didn't give up. Looks like they were down only by 2 points at half time and come out to win by a point. So we've got Andrew Jarman boys took on what used to be Weeds boys, but the Gazer took on Broadview.
Yeah, so we've got Gazer running away. That's the biggest margin of the week for Division 2. 16-14, 110 to 10-8, 68. So Gazer will be pretty stoked with that. They're just going along nicely with 3-1, I think, at the moment. So
they are.
We've got Bioli to kick 6 for Gazer, Aloka with 5, Clark, Papa Christos, Bruce, Lauder and Rigetti, all kicking singles, and Bioli, Alakar, Bruce, Carr and Jones in the best players.
And for Broadview, you got White with 2, Ralph with 2, Papiano with 2, with individuals to 4 other players with the Prinz, Ryan, Papiano and Pierce with the best players. So look, Broadview, they are struggling this year. They're yet without a win, sitting on the bottom. So look, here's a side that was the Div 1. They were like the aura of Div 1 for a very long time, for many years in amateur. They're struggling now in Division 2.
Looks like they're destined for Division 3 the way they're going, if they can hopefully turn things around.
They are, but another great win by Jarman's boys. And look, you never know what Gazer could do this year. He's dying for another grand final of the old Jarman. It doesn't matter what grade team he's coaching.
We've got another close game here. We've got Henley running away with a 3-point win over Athelston in another game where the team that kicked the most goals did not win the game. So 11-17, 83 to 12-8, 80. Henley 3-point winners. Goal kickers, we've got Sinor with 3, John Cott with 2, Lane, Pavlich, Ferguson, Williamson, Stewart and Geddes all with singles. Tim Broadbent, who was our Div 2 player of the week, he was. Best on ground, and Sinor, Stewart, Thulis and the Geddes in the best.
But you have a look at Athelston, they were ahead all day. They were 4 goals 0 to 2-6 at quarter time, 3 goals up, probably 2 goals up at half time. They're up by nearly 4 goals or 3 goals at 3/4 time. To get an overrun, I think it was the last kick of the day, they said, with about a minute to go. So it's a pretty stiff Athelston.
That's a big scout too to beat Henley, so Henley devastated them.
They're the top echelon. Lippo, you nailed it. They're the echelon as Henley Div 1, that they're hell-bent on getting back there. Athelston were probably sitting just in the 5, and not as strong as Henley.
Probably dropped them down a couple of spots too, Athelston, so they spewed that.
There would have been some shattered boys at the end, but nonetheless, Athelston, the goal scorers was Elliott with 3, Marinello with 2, Tark with 2, Randa with 2, with individuals to 4 other players there, with best players Owen, Durden, Elliott, Bates and Randa. So next one on the gold is, we've got, again, it was they're all close this week, there's no doubt about it, probably the closest divisional week. It's well under a goal apart from that one game.
Yeah, so we've got Scotch running out with a 1-point win, 13-9, 87 to 12-14, 86. So bad kicking again, costing Sacred Heart. But very good win to the Scotch boys. And we've got Laganop with 3 goals, King with 2, McAdam with 2, and 7 or 8 singles.
Spread around a bit, which is good.
Yeah, Hugo Twopenny with best on ground. He was our player of the week, I reckon, as well. King, Giles and Collett and the best players.
And for Sacred Heart, who we've got Tap with 3, Caruco with 2, Paparella with 2, and individuals to 6 other players there. And best players was Brooks, Noel, Keane, Angel, and Forster it is. But again, Scotch, a great win, because like I said, they're on bottom. They hadn't won a game, and Sacred Heart, they were probably the top echelon. They are sitting second at the moment still, so they were top versus bottom. And to win by a point, that's a great win there to Scotch. So when you show you can beat the top side, that's good. They show they can do something. You never know. There's a long way to go on this year, and I think that may show that Scotch can do something, because they had a change of coach. Ian Steele has left. He's had his 4 or 5 years out there. Couldn't quite get the grand final, but now it's been taken over by, so I'm not sure who it is, but again, the consolidation. They lost the Cowboys again, but I think, gee, with a win like that, they could be doing anything. Last game, Undy Jets took on Old Iggies.
Another close one, 4 points to Undy Mercedes. We got 14, 13, 97, 13, 15, 93. So yeah, looking to ripping around actually for Division 2. But Undy Mercedes just holding on by 4 points. We got Big Walk with 3 goals. He slipped with 2. How many singles have we got there? Petch, Ryan, Batty, Lundberg, McConnell, Kabats, Cheddle, Wessel, all the singles, so sharing it around. Best players, we've got Cheddle, Duval, O'Sullivan, Kabats, and Habjack.
Yep, Habjack, yes. And for Old Iggies, Abbott with 2, Owen Thomas with 2, Ryan with 2, then individuals to another spread around a bit, so probably 6 or 7 other players there. Best players are Murdoch, McNeil, Abbott, Owen Thomas, and a Washer. So these, I mean, this game was not really a game, because both teams were struggling. They've both won just the 1 game of the year now, but it puts both in some sort of contention, because there's only been 3 games played, so they sort of definitely needed just that 1 game to get them off the mark.
Yeah, I mean, they're only one win out of the 5 now, these 2 teams, so yeah, hopefully they keep going forward.
But Undy Jets, obviously coming back from Division 1, maybe struggling just a little bit.
You probably expect them to be going a little bit better than that, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's been dropped from Division 1. Obviously that big jump from Division 2 to 1 was a big too big from coming back, and it's taking its toll again. So may have lost a few players. Well, I don't want to play Division 2, whatever it is, but good win there by Undy Jets anyway. So on for next week's games.
All right, we've got Broadview taking on Unley, so that's bottom versus about 3rd bottom, I think. So you'd probably just say Unley, just based on the weekend's results, I think.
Yeah, good win Undy Jets last week. Broadview are struggling big time. You don't want to see a club like Broadview, who've been a very proud club for many years, but I can't see him taking on Undy Jets this week.
Yes, Foss Camden and Gazer, which should be close to our matchup around, I reckon. Both teams going really well, but Foss are looking to bounce back from the weekend's results, I think, with a win out there.
Both just the 3 wins and 1 loss each so far, so I would say Foss Camden out there, they'll be furious after that loss last week, I think, so Foss Camden for me.
Yeah, definitely. We've got Henley taking on Pembroke out at Henley Memorial. You think Henley just too strong, even though they got a bit of a scare on the weekend?
They do. I think take away nothing from Pembroke from what happened last week. I think Henley, they are on fire this week. They're on top without a loss. I think they're a bit of a scare last week. I think they probably consolidated a few things, probably needed that bit of a scare to put them back in track. And
absolutely.
And they got big crowds out there, Henley, all the time. They're brand new club rooms too. They've done a lot of work on their club rooms, so it looks absolutely magnificent too. And good for Div 1 club to do that.
Next game we've got Old Ignations taking on Scotch, so that's a couple of teams that are struggling a little bit. Both teams will be pretty keen to win this one and jump up on the other one. So Old Iggies probably just because it's out there, but could go either way this one.
Yeah, I'm going for Scotch only because of that win they had last week against the very good side. So, but as you said, Lippo I think it's going to be a great game.
And last game around, we've got Athelston and Sacred Heart, which should be a good one, I reckon.
Yeah, Athelston
2nd versus 5th.
They were. Athelston very stiff last week. Sacred Heart only lost their first loss last week. Sorry. I'm going for Athelston out there. I think. Because it's out there. They were stiff last week. They've been shattered after that one or 3 point loss, whatever it was. Took it up to them. So Athelston for me. For that
Athelston with me too.
That's all for Division 2, and we'll see you next week.